There was a moment early in my sales career where I was genuinely this close to quitting. I was in door-to-door commission-only sales, having a chat with my girlfriend at the time and telling her that I've not been able to pay my rent. Things are pretty tough. Like I'm pretty much in tears, and I'm telling her I think I'm gonna have to let this go. And it's just crazy to think back because sales has genuinely impacted like all areas of my life. So to think that there was a moment where I genuinely just nearly went a different direction is crazy. And so in this video, I want to just share with you some of the lessons that I got from that experience. And especially if you're someone that's maybe having a difficult path right now, you'll hopefully relate to it and take some value from it. And so just to paint the picture for you, I must be like 18 or 19 at the time, brand new to sales, my first ever sales job. I'd done some telemarketing, but I wouldn't really count that. And for the first 6 months, just getting absolutely battered. What's tricky is that at 18 or 19 is also when I first sort of started discovering the self-development space, Eric Thomas, Brandon Carter, those old school YouTube videos. And basically there was promotions within the sales job that would have allowed me to get to a 6-figure income. And this is like the first time that I was presented with an opportunity to make that kind of money. So naturally, as an 18 or 19-year-old guy, this felt like I found the gold mine. And so I need to grab this opportunity with both hands, and I cannot let it go. So this is why I got myself to a point where, unfortunately, my sales were really struggling and the money was not there whatsoever. But I also felt like I've been given this opportunity and I just cannot let go. And so I need to keep going. So fast forward, like I said, I got myself to this moment now where the bills are just stacking up and I just cannot continue. Like if I had like another week or two of the way I've been performing, again, because it was commission only, I would have probably had to call it quits. My sales were also very up and down because I was just very inconsistent with my commitment to the role. I would step in, be all motivated, and then suddenly go missing for a couple of days because maybe I had a shit day in the field, and so I'm going to be feeling a bit sorry for myself and not coming in, or something happened in my personal life, and so I just felt like, I need a couple of days, or I'm just sheer lazy today and I just don't feel like coming in. So that inconsistency in my behavior obviously prolonged, I think, my overall progress in this role. And I ended up having just one of those powerful chats with my sales trainer at the time. And the mindset that I got from that chat was basically just, I may not be the most talented, my journey may take longer than others, but I will outlast everyone. It was, I think there was also like a Will Smith quote at the time. It was like, it was basically, if two people get on the treadmill, either you're getting off first or I'm dying on that treadmill. Like that was the mindset. I'm just outlasting everyone in this game. I'm in it. Funny because obviously I did end up actually moving on. I digress. So I'm all in. Basically made me get more resourceful. And so what actually ended up happening was I ended up getting housing benefit. And that is kind of the golden line of what kept me in that role. Like genuinely, if it wasn't for housing benefits, who knows where I would be. But it's what allowed me to stay in that job, and that gave me the sort of cushioning that I needed to actually develop my skills and get good enough to where I could support myself long term. And looking back, that moment really was so significant because what shifted, and this is maybe my first lesson for you, is you have to really just cut off the plan B options. Like it was that chat and me getting that housing benefit where I really said, okay, I'm all in. I think that's what actually allowed me to really dedicate myself in the way that I should have. And so what I want to share with you is that if you're on a difficult path, or if you're trying to achieve a goal that's challenging you, you need to be able to dedicate as much of your resources and as much of just your capacity, like your cup, to this task as you can. You can't have other things of equal importance if this is the one thing that you're really trying to dedicate to. The second lesson that I got from it, and this is more relevant than ever right now, especially with me posting these YouTube videos and trying to, having this mission of building the online business, is that most people would actually achieve their goals if they would just extend the timeline by when they expect to have success. Let's be real, like me included, I think most of us, by let's say 3 months, 6 months, we expect to sort of be, I don't want to say done, but we expect to have the results that we were sort of hoping for. Like, right, I'm getting into sales, I'm getting into training, by month 3 of training, by month 6 of training, I've really, I expect to be successful. And when that expectation doesn't get met, naturally we tend to quit and just go find the next shiny pursuit, because obviously it wasn't for us, or obviously this isn't working. How many more of your goals would get accomplished if you told yourself, okay, I'm giving myself 5 years? Genuinely, like, success almost seems inevitable, but in today's world, we've just become far too impatient. So that's somewhat the mentality that I had when I was telling myself, I'm just not quitting, like I will just outlast everyone. My story might just take longer than others. And that's such a valuable mindset that I'm applying now still to this new journey that I'm now on. The last thing that I want you to remember, bro, is that most of these decisions that feel like that they're these big moments are actually just reversible. Like realistically, if you jump into a sales career, or if I jump into this online content creation journey, the worst case is, okay, it doesn't work out. You might have spent a bit of money, or you might, have a bid or two, but you go get a different job, you get yourself back on your feet and things are fine again. Like the average path that you were already on will always be waiting for you. And so there's really little to no risk in just trying out this adventure, seeing if it works out for a year or two. And if it doesn't, just go back to what you were doing. That's genuinely, I think, the approach that everyone should take if there's something in your life that you really want to be doing, or if you're in the middle of this path that you're on and it's, maybe giving you a couple of hurdles. Like, it's okay. Like, worst case, you can just go back. But I'm genuinely so glad I stayed, bro. And so I hope that the tips that I gave you about this mindset of not quitting and maybe just extending your timeline by when you expect to see success, I hope they really help, because I genuinely don't know what career path I would have fell into if it wasn't sales. And it's genuinely changed, like I said, all areas of my life. And so if you're in the difficult path, I hope this video helped you to maybe just relate and just stick it through, bro. And if you're in a place where maybe you feel like you're on this journey alone, and like you really want to just be able to network and relate with some other sales bros who have maybe faced similar challenges or have similar goals as you, then there's a link in my description to a community where, we really just use self-development to actually advance our sales career, just advance our performance. And it might be something for you, bro. That's all I had for today. As always, God bless.